Okay, if you have ever known what to post and what strategy to use, but you still just cannot get yourself to actually post the content or even follow through with the strategy and the method of which you're being taught or told what to do, this video is going to be for you. So this isn't about discipline or consistency or strategy. This is actually a deeper reason as to why you're struggling to show up online, why you're struggling to be consistent with your content. And it has everything to do with your nervous system, your subconscious mind, and your energetics. And this is something that we're not really teaching people. And especially in the business world, it's all about the strategy. It's all the quick tips and tricks and things that people want to try and get a quick result, but it's often missing these components. And what that does is it actually slows your progress down, or actually feels like you're not making any progress at all. So on the surface, we think that, it's a strategy problem, or you're just not motivated enough or disciplined enough, or you just don't want it bad enough, or maybe you don't really know what you're doing, or you're not cut out for this. And then we start to procrastinate, we doubt, and we question ourselves, right? And we really start to, question whether this is the path or the direction that we should be going in. And if that was true, you would just be able to decide to show up and it would just work, right? If you could just decide to show up and follow through and just work, you wouldn't be sitting in the position that you're in right now, right? There's something deeper going on. It's not really about the strategy. Are those things important? Absolutely. But getting yourself to actually do it and follow through with it is a totally different situation. So this is actually a 3-level or layer problem where you have your nervous system, you have your subconscious mind, and you have your energetic body. And if one or all of these things is dysregulated, then or misaligned, or just kind of we'll say out of whack, showing up consistently and posting online and making content and doing all these things that you're supposed to be doing or should be doing is going to be a lot harder than it should be, or you feel it should be. And again, it's because you're out of alignment or these systems are dysregulated that it's preventing you from showing up, whether that's an emotion, a feeling, a scarcity, a fear, right? Or maybe the strategy is out of alignment with you and what you're actually trying to create, right? And so if it feels forced or it feels unsafe, we are going to have a really hard time moving through with it. And sometimes what makes things like a strategy unsafe to us it doesn't logically make sense. Like our body might have a response to something that isn't necessarily accurate or true to what we logically think in our brain and in our minds. So when it comes to our nervous system, if we feel like visibility or putting ourselves out there is a threat where we're going to be judged or rejected, or things are going to fall apart, or it's not really going to work, we start to doubt ourselves, right? Our nervous system doesn't really care about your business goals, truthfully. It cares about safety. That's all your nervous system is there for, is to create this sense of safety and to keep you alive, essentially, right? And so when we are seen, right, and we're afraid of judgment, or we're afraid of rejection, or the pressure that comes with responsibility of building a business, we and our bodies and our nervous system are going to perceive this as a threat or as a danger. And we're going to do everything in our possible mind or capability to avoid it and prevent that threat from showing up. And so we're just going to avoid the things that we should be doing, which is content in this situation. So some examples that you can start to fall into when your nervous system is dysregulated around your content is avoiding posting or overthinking your content, right? The perfectionism piece as well of it has to be perfect before I put it out there. You might kind of freeze up when it's time to record or create a piece of content. It's you have all the ideas, but to actually go and do it, it's you start to kind of get your back up against a wall a little bit. And you might find yourself maybe starting and stopping, or maybe you start this strategy and then you pull back from that and you start a different strategy. And then you're just oh, well, maybe that's not it. I'll try this strategy, but you never actually get things moving forward. That is also a nervous system response. And then what happens is this, feeling of okay, well, I want to show up online starts to become resistance instead of feeling exciting and your business is starting to move forward. Now, in our subconscious mind, this one is our hidden beliefs, basically. This is our beliefs that we have about the world, about circumstances, about our businesses, about money, whatever. And these beliefs run the show, right? So our subconscious mind, creates the behavior or creates the it's basically the warehouse. Like I've talked about this before on my podcast and other videos, but like your subconscious mind is the warehouse for what you perceive in the world, right? Around you, things people have said to you, the things that people tell you. And we then consciously take that information and then we move out and we take action in the world, right? And so if we have these, we'll say negative beliefs or thoughts that maybe go against our business goals that are in our subconscious mind, our actions aren't going to be aligned with what we truly want, right? So you can consciously want to grow, but subconsciously you can believe things that like you're not good enough, or that people are going to judge me, people are going to reject me, I don't know enough yet. What if I fail? What if I succeed? And then we might even have beliefs of like, oh, well, if I succeed, that means I'm going to be really busy and I'm going to be exhausted, I'm going to be tired, right? Your subconscious mind will always override your conscious desires and the things that you truly want to have in your business. And so it's really important that we get to the root of these and figure out what they are so that we can clear them. And then that is going to help shift how you show up in your business. And this is why you can go through waves of motivation and then inconsistency and avoidance, right? Because we can ride these highs a little bit energetically, and maybe we watch something or we listen to something and we can start to feel excited about our content again. But then those doubts, those beliefs, those fears will start to kind of creep back in, and then you kind of enter the low again, right? And so you can kind of feel like you're on this roller coaster, which is why you consistently show up inconsistently. And then we have your energetic body. And so this is your energy, your energetic field, your aura, right? Like what is the energy in which you bring into a room? We've all had those feelings of like, maybe not being able to fully explain it, but like you like that person for a specific reason, right? You don't know why, but you like them, or you don't like them, right? That's our energy. That's what our energy is giving off, right? And so our energy kind of holds what you can't see, but you can feel, right? And it's essentially our vibes. Like, what's the vibe check, right? On the situation, on how you're showing up to your business, right? And so your energy affects your visibility and also your expression, right? So how confident you feel when you show up, or even just your confidence in your, not even just showing up, but also just believing in what it is that you have to offer, right? Believing in yourself. And so your energetic body can hold your past experiences, your emotions, your patterns, beliefs as well. Like our subconscious mind lives in our body. And so our energy and our subconscious mind definitely go hand in hand. Same with the nervous system too, right? It's all connected. It's all lives in our body, right? And so if you've experienced things like rejection or embarrassment or being silenced or maybe being told certain things in your life that, again, go against what you're trying to create, then those things don't just disappear, right? Like unless we've fully processed them, they don't just exit our kind of wheelhouse. A lot of us have been told things years and years and years, like things on repeat, right? Or been in environments where we're told that all the time, or society or whatever. And we haven't fully processed those, and we haven't given ourselves the ability to create a different belief or to create an energetic space where we don't hold on to those things, right? We're not clearing our energy a lot. A lot of us energetically are holding on to a lot of things throughout our day, right? So maybe you could have some throat chakra stuff going on. Maybe you have a lot of tension around your throat and your neck and your shoulders, right? You might get a lot of tension or fear, anxiousness around your chest, right? Like, that racing heart, the tension that you can kind of feel where you feel like you can't take a full breath, right? You might have really low energy or feel uninspired or lack creativity, which could lead to challenges with being consistent with your social media and showing up online. When you don't have that creativity, you don't feel like you have anything to share, right? And even if you don't consciously think about all of these things, your body is still always remembering it, right? It's always holding on to these things, these stories, patterns, experiences. And so this is where energy work really ties well into doing this type of work, because it can release what your mind can't logic its way out of. So your energy work is what's going to allow you to release subconscious fears, beliefs that are no longer serving you. They're also going to help, like energy work is also going to help calm your nervous system. And it's obviously going to help you clear your energetic field, right? And your energetic body. And that's why I incorporate the energy work into my work with my coaching and my clients when it comes to building and expanding their business, because it's such a huge piece that is going misunderstood. And a lot of people think that they can just like logically, from a mindset perspective, navigate things and work their way through it. But a lot of times it's an energetic problem. So this is why you can have the perfect strategy, but still not show up, right? And still not follow through with the strategy. And it's because you are trying to override your body instead of working with it and understanding what your body's holding on to and what needs to be maybe released or let go of or processed so that you can actually show up in your business the way that you want. And this is especially true for women because realistically, we are already a lot of times as business owners like overwhelmed, burnt out, and disconnected from who we are as people just on our average daily life. And so when you throw business in the mix and we haven't done any of this work and we're not doing any of this work, it starts to accumulate, right? And in our Western world, we're all very stressed. Most of us, unless again, we're very intentional about the work that we're doing and how we're showing up, we are all overwhelmed, right? Whether you're building a business or not. And then you add building a business and it's like the extra layer on the cake, right? So this is why you can feel like, oh, I have a good strategy, but I'm not consistent with it. And that might be the problem as to why you're making sales or why you're not making sales. Sorry. One is the energy you're showing up with. And two, you can't even follow through with the strategy piece because your energy is out of whack, right? So yes, your content or your strategy of how you're making sales, yeah, the follow through might be the thing that's making you not have sales, right? You got to show up more or sell more or whatever so people know that your product exists. But if you don't work on the energetic piece of that, you're going to struggle to always show up, right? So we have to clear those blocks, both because people can feel it and also because it's preventing you from showing up in your business the way that you know you need to. So the best part about this is that it doesn't take crazy amounts of work. It's not challenging work. It can be uncomfortable at times. But as long as you're making the space, and the best way to do this, I feel like, is working with someone because you're going to be able to get, one, what you need. It's going to be a little bit more streamlined and catered to your experience and what's coming up for you. But also, if we make the space for this, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be long sessions or like a large amount of time to see this work basically for it to be beneficial. It does take time for our external world to catch up to what we're experiencing. Like we can shift our energetic frequency and shift our aura and all these kinds of things, but it might take some time in order for that to show up and manifest in the 3D world, right? Especially when we're looking for things like money and clients and results that require, another party or another person to kind of come into the space, right? With that being said, though, you can have very quick results, right? And you can start to feel very different, which again is automatically going to shift how you show up in your business. So this work is not complicated, but it can require you to go a little bit deep, do a lot of self-reflection. And it's not about, you don't always have to force yourself to show up. Like it's going to be uncomfortable. And if it's something that you're avoiding of doing this work, it can feel challenging to kind of implement it. But realistically, all you need to do is some nervous system work and helping yourself feel regulated. We need to rewire our thoughts and our beliefs and give us new thoughts and beliefs that actually support the life and the ability to show up consistently online. And also as well, it is going to require some energy work that is going to help you release these old patterns and clear up your energetic field. I do actually have a free subliminal that is helping you to show up online with more consistency and more ease. And subliminals are a great way to rewire the subconscious mind and as well can help with the nervous system. If you're laying down and kind of listening to them, it can be very relaxing and therefore is going to shift your energetic space as well. That is in my free community, The Embodied Entrepreneur. So if you want to get in there, I will leave the link for that down below. But this is really about you becoming the version of you who feels confident and safe and ready to be seen and excited to be seen and knowing that they are, capable and that the results that they want in their business are possible if they were able to kind of get over the hurdle, we'll say, of showing up online. So if you want to be able to show up in your business, trust yourself, feel calm, share without overthinking, have creativity coming out of your yin yang, not spiral after you're posting. That version of you is not created through more pressure and more strategies and trying to find the perfect strategy, right? It's created through doing this inner work, and it's created through regulating your nervous system, working on your subconscious mind and your energetic body. So if you're listening to this and you're like, yep, this is me, this is the things that I'm struggling with, I'm really struggling to post and show up online, this is exactly why I also created my Business Energetic Breakthrough Bundle, which is my 6-week coaching program. It's one-to-one. There's 3 sessions over 6 weeks, and we basically go through some coaching, see what's coming up for you and your business, and then we do some Holy Fire Reiki with each other to basically clear any subconscious beliefs, rewire, regulate the nervous system, and then over those 6 weeks with the extra sessions, like the 3 sessions, it's going to be compounding, right? And so we're going to have some integration time, some time for you to go back to your business, implement things, see how you feel, see what's shifting for you, what's maybe hasn't shifted that we need to still work on, and we can do that over those 3 sessions. And this is going to give you enough time to, again, integrate, but also start to see some real change in your business rather than just doing like a one-off session. So this is not about you just trying to show up, but it's also about you becoming somebody who can show up in your business. So if you have been interested in that or you want some coaching, that is a great way to get started. The link for that is down below in the notes or the description box of this video. And it is going to be a great way for you to kind of get in there. I do have limited spots on it, so make sure you check it out. And if you want to access that subliminal, it'll also be down in the description box as well. But otherwise, that is pretty much what I have for today. I want you to remember that the way you're showing up right now is not that you're lazy. It's not that you don't care about your business. It's not that you are just inconsistent and unmotivated and just kind of like a blob, right? It's just because your energy and your frequency and where you want to be with your goals, they're just not on the same page. And if we can start to shift those things so that you are on the same page, everything is going to start to move so much more smoothly, and it's going to start to take off for you. But we have to shift that energetic frequency, and it doesn't come from another strategy. So thank you for being here. Like I said, everything that you need to know about me is down in the description box, and I will see you guys in the next one.